and what a great day to sew something wonderful. I'm Kia with Kia Beat, and I'm so excited to be back with you today. I think it's been about a month since I filmed, and so I've got a lot of whips to show you, some normal purchases, and then some fun things that I have found to purchase. And I thought I would just sit down. Just got home from church, and the kids it's a video game day. In our family, we only allow video games on the weekends because we do homeschool, and so I need to set some pretty clear boundaries of what that looks like. So it's a video game day, so the kids are doing that. So I thought, I'm gonna film, I think. I haven't filmed in such a long time, and I miss doing that. So I thought I would do that today. It's a beautiful spring-like day here in Indiana. I think it's supposed to get up into the 60s this week, which for the end of February is really high. But it's not abnormal the last couple of years. So we'll see what happens. We have had a problem here. I know this happens quite a few places, and I've heard several people talking about their flowers that typically would come up in the spring, like they're starting to come up already. We had a pretty big snow about a week and a half ago, where we got, I think we ended up getting 5 inches, but then it like warmed right back up not even a week later. So we only got to enjoy it for a couple of days. But wild onions grow here like crazy, wild onions. And so when you walk outside, you can smell that. And that's not typically something we do until like April. So makes me a little nervous for our gardening. Not that I do that much gardening, but I like to reap the benefits of others' gardening. So anyway, I'm excited to be back with you today. Just a little thought that I had as I was getting ready to start, because I really struggled with whether I should film or not today. There's a lot of heaviness going on in our community, and lots of people struggling with different things, and we don't even know the half of it, right? Like, I get to sit here and chat with you, but I don't get to hear your story back, and I only get to hear those that like I'm in contact with. And it just seems like lots of people that I'm in contact with right now have very heavy things happening. And so I struggled whether to film or not. And I started a sale last Sunday that I'll talk about later on in the video. But I've been focusing on being quiet and more intentional this year, and I think that's allowed me to listen better. I hope that it has allowed me to become a better listener, and in that, really just hearing people's stories and what's going on right now. And so it's allowed me to focus on things outside of us and outside of our family. And gosh, why do we cross stitch, right? Why do we watch Flosstube, and why do we do the things we do? I know for me personally, it allows me to sit in quiet and process through the things that are in our world and really pray through those things. And so just be encouraged that there are people in this community who want to listen and want to hear what's going on in your life. And if you don't have those people, please reach out and find them. They're everywhere. And I think for a long time I didn't realize that, and I really prayed for that. And it's, anyway, just really amazing. So I don't want to get too caught up in all of that, but just know that find your community. And if it's not within the cross stitch world, and I know several of us don't have in real life cross stitch friends that like we could physically see on a regular basis, find a community that you can see in real life and you can talk to in real life and hear their stories and come alongside of them. And then in turn, you're very blessed by that. So that's my soapbox for today. Okay, allow me to distract you from whatever is going on in your world for a little bit. As be very honest, I'm using this as a distraction myself. Okay, stitching. So, after I filmed last video, I really gave my whip list a thought, and I have quite a few. And I was doing some videos back in the fall and early winter where I was showing you, I was like showing you my stash of like Kathy Barrick, and whether it was not started yet, I just have the charts, or whether it's started, it's in a whip, those things. And so I was going through, I think I did Prairie Schooler, I did a Kathy Barrick, I cannot remember who else I've done. Anyway, I've really, really enjoyed that. And it's because I don't necessarily want to do one video of all of my whips. I don't have a number anymore, and it's New Year's Eve always throws me off on my number. It should be so easy. Well, Kia, if you had this many, then you just add 12. Well, it's not necessarily true when you finish some things, although I'm a chronic not finisher. I feel like I'm a chronic whip person. And so I really want that to change. And so this year, after I filmed last, I tried to come up with in my head some form of like being able to tackle some of my whips really more effectively, my 12 by 12 whips. And I thought, okay, like what could I do? I don't know that I could stick to a whip go board or any of its other sisters. I don't know that I could stick to that, because what if I pull a number and it's not really what I'm feeling? And I know I create the rules, but I really like to be a rule follower, so I would feel like I need to work on that. And like, what do I want to do? So I kind of thought through it, and I told you all that I was using those. I don't even have one sitting here. Yes, I do. I was using those Amazon bags, these guys. I was using these, and I really don't like the quality of them. They don't last. The zippers break more often than they don't. So then your project is stuck in here, and I've literally had to cut some open. I've just really struggled with it. And so I have so many whips. All my 12 by 12 either go in something like this, or they go in like, this year they went in manila envelopes because I didn't have another option. So all of this to say, I think I have created a system that works for myself just for 12 by 12. And I think I'm going to stick to it. It's February, so it's only been 2 months, but I think I'm really enjoying it. So I started Whip Go. Nope, I did not start Whip Go. That is the famous Jessie Marie. She's amazing. I started 12 by 12 in 2020. So this was my 4th year doing it. With that being said, there are very few 12 by 12 projects that I've actually finished. I don't even know that I've finished a full 12 of them in 4 years. And sometimes you can see in other whip videos of mine that I'll pull it out and go, well, this was a 12 by 12 start and I got less than 50 stitches in it from 2022. And so that's a little bit embarrassing to me that I don't have that much work done. So what I decided to do is I went back through all my Instagram posts for 12 by 12 from 2020 to now 2024. And each whip kind of has a number assigned to it. Like if it's number 1, that meant I started it at noon. If it was number 2, I started it at 1. So I thought, well, that kind of coordinates with the months. So all my number 1s I should work on in January. All my number 2s I'll work on in February. And some months could have 4 projects to work on. So I'll kind of realistically work on 1 a week. And then some months I may have finished things or tossed the project because I'm not in love with it anymore. And so I will have less. So I did that in January. Now, after I filmed last, I think I only had like a week and a half in January. But I got quite a bit of work done for that week and a half. And then in February, I've had some. So anyway, all that to say, I have put them in these binder like folders. They have Velcro. These are really great quality. I've really enjoyed it. So what I've done is everything goes in that, not everything. That's a lie. So here's my project. There has a blue post note. So this project was 2021 and I started it at noon because it's my first project. So this is A Good and Proper Home by Kathy Barrick. Then I fold up the fabric really flat, and you guys can see like this is pretty flat. The fabric goes in here. Now, I've never done this before, and I was actually quite nervous to do this. I separated all the floss from my 12 by 12 projects. I have them hanging. I was trying to decide if I want to turn my camera or not. I'm not going to. I have an ornament tree. I actually have several ornament trees. This one is a smaller one. And what I did is I put them all on rings, and then my library card that says what project it's for, and like all my floss conversion, my fabric that I'm using, all those things, the library cards. I hole punched it and hung it on the ring, and then it's hanging on my ornament tree. So then when I pull so in January, I pulled all my number ones, then I went and pulled their threads, and I'm leaving them. I have a Seju bag. So I just collect my threads for the whole month. So this is what they look like. Whoops. This is my Owl Forest project. It's a February pull. It was my second project on New Year's Eve 2021. And so every project card looks like this. What it is, when I started it, the fabric I chose, and then this one just happens to be all the floss that came from Owl Forest embroidery. And then this hangs on an ornament tree when I'm not using it. So at the beginning of February, I came up, I pulled all my February projects from over the years, pulled all their flosses, threw them in the Seju bag that I was gifted. And then this hangs off of my stitching stand. So I've got them all ready to go. And all of these fit really nicely in a binder now. So it's worked out really well. I have an entire binder of 24, an entire binder of 23, and then 20, 21, and 22. Math isn't mathing. Has it been 5 years now? Because I did start it in 20. No, I started it in 21. Because it is 4 years. So my 20, no, I started it in 20 because I have some, nope. I have some that say December 31st of 2020. So really 21 is when I started them. So anyway, all that to say, they all fit in a binder. I just go in, I pull all my Januaries. I have 3 binders of 12 by 12 projects, and they all fit in these. And I really like this a lot. I have really enjoyed it. So that's kind of where my whips are. I think I'm going to spend the year really working on 12 by 12 whips and try and get some good progress made on them. If not, get some finishes in as well. So with all of that to say, let me show you what I was working on. So for instance, here we go. I've got 2021 number 1, 22 number 1, 23 number 1. Because I think that's what's throwing me off. I think even though it was New Year's of 24, I'm labeling them as 23 because it was started on New Year's Eve. That's okay. All right, let's look at this first one, Good and Proper Home from Kathy Barrick. I think I did not work on this very much because I didn't have, again, that much time in January when I finally came up with this concept. I asked my friends, I said, if I separate the floss from my project, am I really going to regret that? And some of them were like, no, I've always done that. Like I was crazy. Okay, so didn't get very far. Let me show you where this was before. That is my work email. I would not like to look at that right now. Good and Proper is number 9. Okay, so here I was a year ago. So I just finished the A, did the G, and I started the O. So that's what I did. And now this will just fold really flat in this, and it'll go back in my binder for either January of next year, or if I have a slow month and I want to pull it out and try and get some more work done on it. Okay, the next one is Alice Williams from Hands Across the Sea. Let me show you the cover of this. And this was actually a finish in January. So I was working on this. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is in my, hold please. Alice Williams, number 19. Okay. And then this is, I talk about this every time I use it. This is Jen Lee's planner. It's a whip planner. So here I was, so here, this is where I was a year ago. This is where I was over the summer. I worked on this a bit. And then, like I said, I have a finish for this. This one I loved so much. I am really enjoying Hands Across the Sea. It's just so many color changes in this one. So I think I even zoomed during this. Now I look at this and this whole thing is off. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, because I'm missing a word. It should say idleness is the thief of time, and I'm missing a word. Okay, so maybe I'm not finished. I thought I was. Okay, so I need to go finish it. I'm going to set this to the side because I need to finish. I need to put that word in. That's why it looks silly. I was like, why does this look so off center? Okay, and then this one is one that I started this year for 12 by 12. This is Quaker Medallion Sampler. This is out of the Antique Sampler and Needlework magazine. And I got just a tiny bit of work done on it. I know I have not put any of my 12 by 12 from this year. So there's that. Yeah, I know that I have not put any of my 12 by 12 from this year in my whip planner. So that's all my January projects for 12 by 12. Now, I did have a chance to work on some other projects since I filmed in January. I will get to those just as they come up, I think. Okay. Let's see. Nope, let me just show you. So this is one that I worked on in January. I pulled it out because Holly Neal was working on this. And you guys, if you have not seen her Flosstube, she's a Flosstuber now, please go and watch it. It's just Holly Neal on YouTube. She is so quiet and I love her, and she's so inspirational in what she stitches. She and I found fabric for this at Craft Gallery last summer and decided we were going to sell this together. I had a bit of a panic moment, I will tell you. When I was pulling this out, I have a project bag that keeps all of my projects in that I'm working on with this particular group of friends. And when I pulled this out, I was like, I don't have enough room, but I think I'm going to be fine. I'm going to remeasure today. If it's a problem, this is a lot of work, but if I have to start over, I'll just have to start over. So here's where I'm at on this. And I think before I only had like a little bit of this done. So I actually did quite a bit of work in January on that. Holly was working on it and I just couldn't not pull it out and working on it because it's beautiful. So I loved that. Okay, before I talk about my February 12 by 12 pulls, we had a non-birthday sale for a dear friend who actually purchased this pattern and all of its kit items except for the fabric for us. We got to choose whatever fabric we wanted to do. And her birthday was at the beginning of February, but she didn't want to, she's a very humble person. She didn't want to do like an official birthday sale. So we started this the night before her birthday, so it wasn't technically a birthday. So she bought us this and all the threads to coordinate. And I started this and just didn't put it down and finished it. I will tell you, I did not, well, let me show you it first. Here we go. Isn't that so stinking cute? And let me tell you how fussy these branches and leaves are. That is 3 different greens. But I just think it's beautiful. So I started that at February 4th and finished it. I don't remember the date exactly. Let me tell you. I do not have the fabric. I don't know what the fabric is. It's going to be a 46 count something. So I love this. I am starting a friendship wall. I have talked about this for years and years and have never done it. And I'm going to. I want a friendship wall in my house of cross stitch. So, okay. That was a start and a finish, which is lovely. So I thought, wow, I'm really ahead of the game. I already have 2 finishes in the 2024, but I guess that one technically isn't a finish since I didn't really finish it. Okay, let me see what this is and did I finish it? I think I've already shown, did I show you this? This was a finish back in like December. Did I show you Joy and Good Cheer? I'm not sure why it's in my basket if I showed it to you already, but this is Joy and Good Cheer and I finished it like back in December. So I'm confused as to why it's still in my basket, but here it is. That's a finish. Okay. I'm gonna take that out of my basket now so I don't get confused. All right, so my 12 by 12 February. So today, we're still in February. This is our last week of February. So I still have some time to work on it. My pulls were Owl Forest embroidery, the beehive one with all the beehives. There's not a name for it. And I can't show you the chart because, I can't show you a picture because it's the chart. So trust me, you can Google it. It's all of the beehives. I have not worked on this yet. So I can show you where I'm at. And then next time, hopefully by the end of the month, I will get a little bit of work done. Here we go. I did not use what they sent me for fabric. I'm only using what they sent me for flosses. Their flosses are pretty nice. I think I like them. I'm trying to remember because it's probably been a year. Okay, then Rabbit House from Lucy Beam. I have been working on that and I actually have it out working on it. So here is a picture of this. If you look really closely, that basket is filled in with Smyrnas. Now, I'm a little bit confused because as I pulled this out and started stitching it, I pulled it out. Let me show you where it was. What is this one called? I think it's in spring. Rabbit House is number 4. Okay. Here I was in April of last year. Just a single line. That's all I had gotten done in 12 by 12. Let me show you where I'm at today. I worked on this on a Zoom a couple weeks ago. And when I pulled it out, I was actually kind of surprised. I thought the basket was blue because that's what the picture looks like, but it is not. It is green. So I'm working on this whole thing will be Smyrna crosses. So this is going to be a great Zoom stitch. So I just have to continue to follow that. So that's what worked. So I just had a little bitty line down here and worked on all of that in a Zoom. So that's that. That is Lucy Beam. Rabbit House. Let me tell you what the fabric is. On that Owl Forest, the fabric is 46 count Bee Stitch Me Scroll. And on this Rabbit House, it's a 40 count Purely Primitive by Silk Weaver. And then the flosses for this next one I actually left downstairs because I had it working on it last night. And this is, do I even have the picture of it? This is a 12 by 12 start from this year called A Kind Reward. And it is fussy. I did not realize how fussy this border is. Excuse me. Yeah, this is 3 different colors right there in that one flower. And I think I worked on it for like maybe 2 hours last night, hour and a half. And only got that tiny little bit done. So for 12 by 12, I only had this one little line and I think I came up right here. So I had like this little corner done. So worked more on that last night. This is one of my newer Hardwick hoops and I just love it so much. I really enjoy my Hardwick hoops a lot. I have had Hardwick. My oldest Hardwick hoop that I've had is only like 4 years old. And I haven't had to wrap it yet. A lot of people say they have to wrap theirs, and I have not had to do that yet. So, okay, so those will go back downstairs with me. Okay, so those are my whips for the last month. I think I really am enjoying this system. So next time I film, you should see March's pulls and what I finished up for February. But we'll see if that actually happens. We are in our second semester of school, and middle school is kicking our booties. This year, our oldest is doing mock trial. It is so fascinating. I have really enjoyed doing his work along with him. They are presented an actual case that went to court and settlement. Nope, it did not go to settlement. It went to court on trial, and then there was a judgment. They study this case. They role play this whole court case. They're not given a script or anything. And then an actual judge in our county will sit on bench with them in a courtroom, and they reenact this, and then based on their reenactment, he makes a new judgment call. It's fascinating. I mean, gosh, these 13 and 14-year-olds are just so smart. And so I've really enjoyed doing that with him, but it's taking up a lot of time. That's why we homeschool. That's what we do. Okay, so that's my whips. Let's talk about I have 2 months worth of De-Stitch Me to show you. I don't want to take these out of the package because they are the really crinkly packages. But this first one is into the veil, and I always get 46 count, a fat quarter. So it's definitely like a green pull to it. So I enjoy that. This would have been a fantastic color if you were doing Brenda Gervais Coming to America. It's like that green color. And then these were the flosses. I always get 5 silks from her. Brandy is just phenomenal. I love her so much. I get her neutrals. Then this is this month's. I may have gotten these backwards, so Brandy, don't kill me. This one is Dusty Cottage. That is really pulling green. It is very gray. It is nowhere near green. It's gray and darker gray. So this is just heavily variegated. It's very cool. And again, 46 count. And here are the flosses that came with that. Very cool. Okay, I ordered some things, so let me show you that. I ordered several things, but I'm only going to share this bundle because I'm so stinking excited about it. These are the Blackbird stockings, January through December, and I'm just so stinking excited about it. So let me show you these because I did already do my Blackbird video. I remembered that one. January, February, look at that. March. I'm just going to hope these are in order because I don't think I actually know. April. That umbrella. So cute. May. June. July. Oh, look at that quilt score. Look at that one. Oh, goodness. August. Yep, August. September, October, November, and December. So I won't share everything that I won't share everything that I got, but I did get those and I was just extremely excited about it. You know what? That's a lie. I'm going to show you one other thing. Just because our youngest, he is just so stinking funny. So, you know, kids say the darndest things. And our son is 9. He just turned 9 2 weeks ago on the 2nd of February. And he, gosh, we love him and the way the Lord has allowed his quirkiness to be. And we just wouldn't have it any other way. And he is in the stage that, toddlers say the absolute funniest things, and that's the stage that our Peanut is in. And one morning we wake up and he looks at me and he's so puzzled and he said, "Oh, you look like a trash panda." And I was like, what does that even mean? Like, what does that even mean? And my other two kids are just dying, like they're rolling. And he's like, "Mom, it means you're a raccoon." My oldest said, "Mom, it means you're a raccoon." And so I text my friends and I was like, "Does trash panda mean raccoon?" So then they all giggled. Tammy Totten thinks our little Peanut is the funniest kid around. And so I got this because I want to stitch it. I need to figure out how to make one more raccoon in there. But hilarious. So I never want to forget that he said that. And so just another funny Peanut story. I was getting ready to leave. What was I getting ready to do? I don't remember. Getting ready to leave the house, and Nathan and I were playing ping pong, and he comes in the room. Our Peanut comes in the room, and he in our projector room, and he says, "You guys are fat." And it took me back, like it took me by surprise. And Nathan goes, "Buddy, that is not kind at all." And I am just like so puzzled that he said this. So then I'm like giggling, and Peanut gets the most surprised look on his face, and he goes, "Did I say that on the outside?" You guys, I died. I absolutely died. I'm like, this child. I want to write down everything all my kids say because they're funny. Okay, I made a purchase on 123stitch. Oh wait, here's my other. This is 40 count from Color and Cotton. This is another monthly thing that I get. So this is 40 count, and this is hay bale medium, and I get fat quarter of that, and that is like it almost reminds me of corn husk, to where it's like a yellow beige, but I really enjoy it. Okay, so there's that. Okay, I made a 123stitch order because I needed to order some Aida for a project, so I got that Aida. I've been working on that project, but I cannot show you. Okay, two things happened while I was at Stitch Away. One, a friend was talking about in Teresa Kogut's book, Let Love Reign, and they talked about this on their video about the project that's actually on the back of this book. So this is the book. Her books are gorgeous, you guys. I mean, like, so stinking pretty. So here's the project that's on the front of the book. But there's actually a project on the back of the book, and I'm trying to decide if it has... Does it have a name? It will. Hang on. Let me find it. Yep. Love Your Family. And so I wanted to order this and start it this year. But it says, if you want to change the world, go home and love your family. And I just thought this was amazing. So I ordered that, and then the coordinating DMCs for that. Actually, is this one all DMCs? There's two. It's all DMC. Listen, I love Teresa Kogut so much. She will do DMC, 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 and then like 2 pops of overdyed floss. And so in this particular chart, it's all DMC except for 2 weeks dye works, which are in the trees and the roof, maybe. Anyway, I love that. So I got that book and all the DMCs. The other thing is Love Abides. I picked that up. No, I was gifted that at Stitch Away. So I ordered all the floss for that because I would like to start it soon. Okay, I was watching And It Very Enabled by Brenda and Laura on their Flosstube maybe like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. And Brenda showed, you guys know how much I love Laura so much. So much. And seeing her in person is exactly like what she's on video. She is so quirky and so funny. And I was like, I think that I was in too much of a fog because we had a bad doctor's appointment that morning. I think I was in too much of a fog during dinner to like really appreciate that I was sitting at dinner with her and just 2 other people. So it was like a very, small, intimate dinner. And I wish I wouldn't have been, because I would love to just sit and chat with her even more. And so I love to watch their channel, and I'm very inspired by everything that Brenda stitches. I would love to sit at a retreat with her, because my goodness gracious, I would go broke, first of all. And second of all, I would just love for her to evaluate my stitching and give me some pointers. Anyway, I was watching them, and Brenda had showed this Book of Days cover that she bought from Prems on Greenway. And I was like, oh, that is so stinking cute. I have got to find out where she got this from. So I searched Prems on Greenway, and is this lovely lady named Lisa. She is phenomenal. And I reached out and I was like, hey, do you happen to have any more of those Book of Days covers, or like, do you sell on a platform that I would be able to go purchase one? So I didn't know if she had an Etsy or what she does. She actually, Brenda explains it in that video, but if you just search on Instagram, Prems on Greenway, her name is Lisa Fran. She is phenomenal. She texted me back like the very next day, and she was like, I'm just so excited that Brenda showed that. And she said, as soon as I have some more, she sells with a collective, like a primitive collective group, where they upload on certain days of the week or certain days of the month. And so she's like, but next time I have some ready to go, I will text you. And if there's any friends that you would like to share it with, you're more than welcome to do so. So she texted me and she's like, I think I have like 5 available, maybe in a couple of days. And I was like, okay. So I text my friends and I was like, okay, she has them. And everyone bought one. I think everybody bought one. I'm not 100% sure. You guys, look how beautiful this is. I mean, little spools, one variegated, one not. I'm not sure if she does variegated floss on all of them, but they just hang down here like little, I mean, the detail in this, the buttons match on both sides. Oh, smack myself in the face. I love this like primitive red color. It's just so stinking pretty. And I just untie it, and my Book of Days fits right in here. Look at that. So her method is like a traveler's journal where there's elastic here and your book slides into it. And so I have my Book of Days just sitting here. So you flip to July and see the elastic goes right down the middle right here, and it just holds it in there for you. And I'm sure this would work just the same if you had it spiral bound, like some people are having them spiral bound. So let me make sure her contact is on here. Yeah. Okay. Because she also has a YouTube. So, I mean, it's just the most darling, and it's thick. Like it's like Pellon inside, like SF 101. No, it's not 101 because it's thick. I can't think of the number. Anyway, but it's very, very thick. It's amazing. I love it so much. I just got it this week, and I could not wait to put it on there. So I'm very excited about that. Okay, let me see if her contact information is on this card. Please keep in touch with my latest adventures on YouTube and Instagram. Okay, yep, are you ready to screenshot this? Let me see if I can move my face so you can see it. Oh, come on. It's not going to. It's not going to focus. Okay. Search Prems on Greenway on YouTube or Instagram, and you should be able to find her. I mean, she gave us the cutest little floss straps too, and like a little handmade card out of scrapbook paper. That's so stinking cute. She's very, very sweet, very accommodating. I had created an Instagram chat with her and a few of our friends, And she was just chatting back and forth with us, and we were all very grateful to get ours. So very awesome. Okay, I'm looking at the mess on my desk, and I'm thinking this might be it. I have been the very grateful receiver of a couple of little Valentine's Day goodies in the mail. And if you sent those, thank you very much for doing so. It is very sweet to just have a pop of pink and red in the mailbox. So I very much appreciate it if you were the couple that did that. So thank you very much. Okay, I think that's all I have for you today. Market is coming up in just a couple of weeks. Be thinking about all those designers and makers, because market is a load. It is a load. Nathan and I are not attending market this year. We are just, I think I said that back in the fall. We are just in a season of life where we don't get to travel as much, and that's okay. We're okay with that. And so with that being said, we are not doing market this year. We will miss everyone. We haven't done it in a few years. And so, but the buzz is just so very, very exciting. So, yeah. All right. Well, it was lovely to spend a few minutes with you today, just kind of distracting ourselves and helping process what's going on in our worlds. So I don't think there's anything else. So thank you for joining me in the hive today, and y'all have a great week.